Welcome back. My name is Stephen Enti. Let's settle for the details now. Earlier, Parliament adjourned sitting in honor of the late MP for Abuakwa North. Leadership of both sides of the divide said MPs were not in the mood to transact the day's business, compelling the Speaker to adjourn proceedings.
The chamber, as at 10:30 a.m. Thursday, was almost empty. MPs present gathered, and one could tell the conversation the demise of their colleague, Joseph Boachi Edudankwa. As time went on, more MPs walked in and the mood was solemn. At 11:40 a.m., the Speaker was ushered into the chamber. After prayers were said, the minority leader requested the Speaker to adjourn proceedings since MPs were not in the mood to transact the day's business.
The gory incident, and for that reason, Speaker, I believe it will only be appropriate if all of us can band and bond together to visit the immediate family, to go to the crime scene and behold for ourselves what the circumstances might have been.
Majority Chief Whip Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak agreed.
To follow the suit of the minority leader, that truly we can't be in the mood to transact business today. And I equally agree that as much as possible, if all of us can, to go and sympathize with the family at the family house.
The Speaker told members he had a meeting with the Commissioner of Police in charge of operations as well as the Accra Regional Police Commander.
They came to brief me in the lobby. Brief us about steps that they are taking in order to get to the bottom of the matter, and ask that since he was a member of this house, he will keep the leadership of the house updated on developments.
After a minute silence was observed for the late legislator, proceedings were adjourned to Wednesday, February 10.
Now, Parliament's Defence and Interior Committee is meeting the police over the murder of the MP for Abuakwa North. Chairman of the committee, Fritz Bafo, is joining us on the telephone lines now for some detailed discussions on this. Good afternoon, sir, and thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon.
You sound very downhearted. How did you receive the news of the murder of your colleague MP, and what exactly are you finding out from the police?
Well, the thing is that I received it with shock and consternation very early in the morning of yesterday. It was I can't describe the feeling that went through me at that time, because the Thursday previously I had purported his statement on J.B. Dankwa's grandfather in the chamber. I've known him for years. I knew him way before he went into Parliament. We used to meet regularly, and I'm a very close friend of his family, both his close family and extended family. So personally, it was a very tragic event for me.
I can understand that feeling, but now that your committee is meeting with the police service, exactly what information are you seeking to get from the police service over this incident?
Well, before let me take this opportunity to extend my deepest condolences to his family, especially his wife and children. But what we're doing is that naturally this is a very unusual occurrence. We had planned earlier to meet with all the security agencies on a lot of issues that are pertaining in the country. This has become another added item on the agenda. But as soon as we heard the tragic news I got in touch with the police command, regional command, and I was given the early version of what had happened in his residence, which is now in the public domain. I've not been updated as to what is going on as yet, but I'm leaving the police to continue with their investigation. We as a committee will be meeting, if not this week, but very early next week, on this particular issue.
And there are those who are now reigniting the debate on security for MPs, and I'm sure that this is something that your committee will be addressing or tackling pretty soon. What do you make of such calls that perhaps it is time to think about security for the legislature?
Well, there are many concerns that we have to take into consideration. Do we have the personnel to be able to monitor or guard every member of parliament? The police are still understaffed. We're putting into place plans to recruit more policemen and more members of the security services. We have to look at that consideration. We also have to look at, if we're talking about security for MP, what would it really entail? You understand? And we also have to look at the cost implications.
That's right.
We have to look at the implications on a larger scale, since members of parliament are also citizens of Ghana, and citizens of Ghana are entitled to be secure within the borders of this country. That is one of the main functions of government, to maintain public safety. So all these things will come into consideration when we are discussing with the security agencies the way forward. But I cannot pinpoint on any particular measure at the moment. You know that, this is my personal opinion, Ghanaians are very, very wary of undue privilege. So we have to also take that into consideration. Okay, but it is sad, and what has raised itself is something that we have to look at really, and look at what Ghanaians really want from their members of parliament, and how they will look after the welfare of the members of parliament, who in turn will have to look after the welfare of Ghanaians.
Right, Mr. Fritz Baffo, we're grateful for your time on Midday Live. Thanks very much. Fritz Baffo is the chairman of the Interior Committee, Interior and Defense Committee of Parliament. Still in Parliament, members have expressed shock at the demise of
JB was born on December 21st, 1895, a royal from Adadientem in JB in the Eastern region. At age 31, he was called to the bar in Inner Temple, London.
That was the last statement Joseph Boakye Edu-Dankwa made on the floor of Parliament on Thursday, February 4, 2016.
We've lost a brother, we've lost a friend, we've lost a colleague. JB was a nice person, very affable, down to earth, always smiling. He's always ready to discuss issues with you. He's not one of those of us who would come out openly to talk about political issues. He's always the reserved type.
He visited me in the office at the Ministry of Trade at least last year for about 4 times. This year he has been to my office once, and all the visits were geared towards seeing how we can support indigenous industries to survive and progress. He was particularly interested and happy about the direct assistance government, has given to pharmaceutical companies.
There was an earlier incident in which some people tried to attack him. The police came in, arrested people, and took them through due process. Subsequently, I have not heard of any other such incident. It is post his death that I'm beginning to hear, I don't know how accurate it is, that there have been some attempts on his life. It's so sad that we should be hearing all this at this time.
His type of politics is very progressive. He is not dogmatic in his views. He's very open-minded, and he reaches out to us on the other side. And I think if you ask people in this house, you realize that he's friends with many of us because of how he carried himself.
Others expressed the need for MPs to be provided security just as the executive.
This is not the first time that a member of parliament has been attacked at home by an assailant. I was just talking about Benito Usubio. He was attacked at home. Honorable Gifty Klenam was attacked at home. Honorable Robert Safu Mensah was attacked at home. Our colleagues from the other sides were also attacked at home. You don't have security here. Look at Job 600. You meet all sorts of people in the elevator. I mean, at the end of the day, you ask yourself, are you safe as a member of parliament?
I think that what happened is the most barbarous incident that has ever happened to a member of parliament. And the earlier we started looking at the security of MPs, the better. When I was not in this parliament, I listened to a lot of comments people made in parliament and through the media when MPs were attacked, either through, if like, would-be armed robbers or burglary. And it seems to me that any time such things happen, we talk and that ends it.
And former President Kufuor has also expressed shock at the death of the Abuakwa North MP.
I saw him just 2 days ago, and the shock to me I can't describe. My heart is out to the bereaved family and his friends and to our society. It's a very sad day for us.
And the New Patriotic Party says it suspects foul play in the death of the Member of Parliament for Abuakwa North, Joseph Boakye Dankwa Edu. At a news conference in Accra, Acting National Chairman Freddie Blay charged the police to conduct professional and swift investigations into the incident.
The man did not kill himself. I mean, he did not commit suicide. He's been stabbed to death. The ladder that you saw was to his bedroom. That's what the police have said. And that he was profusely bleeding. Somebody killed him. And people in the house have come to confirm that yes, they suspected somebody was upstairs. The person managed to jump to the other adjoining houses and went away. That's why they suspect foul play.
The MPP's flags are flying at half-mast after the announcement of the death of the Member of Parliament for Abuakwa North constituency, Joseph Boakye Dankwa Edu. The party leadership says there's feeling of insecurity in the country ahead of this year's elections. The leadership therefore called on government to ensure security for all Ghanaians and charged the police to investigate the incident and other similar ones across the country.
It's too early at this stage to ask for an independent investigation. We believe we have confidence in the police that they will do a good job. Until the contrary is proved, we will not ask for, at this stage, an independent investigation. We want a professional, swift investigation.
The party insists the death of their Member of Parliament will rather energize the party to campaign for victory this year.
Meanwhile, the Accra Regional Police Command has intensified intelligence in a bid to track down the perpetrators of the Tuesday morning gruesome murder of the Abuakwa North MP. The police have also grilled the 5 persons earlier picked up to assist in investigation.
The police said they received a distress call about the murder of a Member of Parliament for Abuakwa North constituency in the early hours of Tuesday. The police said a deployment of personnel to the residence of the late MP found him in a pool of blood and rushed him to the police hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Preliminary police investigation revealed the late J.B. Dankwa Edu was stabbed severally by the assailants with an object which is yet to be identified.
The police is saddened by the incident, and as I speak to you now, crime scene analysts and homicide experts are presently at the scene for crime scene reconstruction and gathering of forensic evidence.
The police have also picked up some persons to assist in investigations.
5 persons comprising 2 females, 3 males. The police hereby wish to solicit the cooperation and support of the general public to enable the police to unravel the mystery surrounding the death of the NPP lawmaker.
In the meantime, the residence of the late MP has been cordoned off to allow crime scene investigators and other investigative specialists to assess the situation. DSP Fiatenge also called on the public to assist the police with credible information that will help track down the perpetrators.
And in a related development, the death of the Abuakwa North MP has reignited a debate over whether the state must provide members of parliament with a 24-hour security.
By all means, the Lord that we are serving is able. We'll speak.
The outpouring of grief and the somberness on the faces of friends and family members tells it all. The new patriotic party is at a painful crossroad as 2 members have died within a week. An unbearable pain hangs in the air.
I just came from another one in the Western region. I was there to have a meeting with the Regional Executive Committee yesterday, and our acting regional chairman went for a jogging in the morning, felt some little challenge with breathing, came to the house. By the time he got to the hospital, he was dead. And it's traumatizing for the party. I think that I don't think so at all.
The security of MPs has been a major concern for members who say their job as legislators exposes them to many risks. MP for Sekendi Takrade, Papo Wusuankoma, re-echoes this call and says it is time to prioritize MPs' security, the cost of which, he says, the state must bear.
Well, I believe that it's something that we should consider. I mean, the matter has been raised on countless occasions, and then the extended security to the leadership. But over the past few years, I mean, members of parliament have been subject to these attacks, armed robbery, etc., etc. And the matter is raised, it is dropped. Probably the time has come. Because I'm not.
The Abuakwa North MP Joseph Boachi Dankwa Edu was stabbed to death with clues suggesting that his attacker used a ladder to gain access to his room. Former General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Kwejo Usefriye, popularly called Sir John, is shocked at the turn of events.
I have never, felt saddened by such a loss, and especially in the wee hours of the morning, having slept, tired, and then you had plans for the family, plans for constituents, plans for your businesses, and then just one person cut short of your life, smothers it away. It is sad.
The police is questioning some key members of the household, including the security man on duty at the time.